Hi everyone, it's Brad here again. Welcome to week number 7 of MUS 223. We are quickly coming to the end of this course at the end of next week, and I sincerely hope you've enjoyed our studies up to this point. And in week 7, we're moving into the world of jazz. We're going to explore this unique American musical art form known as jazz, and all the different styles of jazz and some of the more prominent musicians and composers in the jazz world. Here are your learning objectives. Here's your reading and resources information here. You can refer back to this at any time on the learning module for this week, module 7. Here's our module overview, which you can also read through. You'll see some names of artists in here. You'll see the descriptions of the origins of jazz and some information on the geographical influences on jazz. Most people think of New Orleans first, or maybe even Chicago. There's Kansas City jazz, there's East Coast jazz, West Coast jazz, so many different styles and genres in the jazz world, and there's others that aren't mentioned here in this overview. And you will read a little bit here about the different types of ensembles, and improvising, which is making up music on the spot, is an integral part of jazz music. And then you see some comparisons here between jazz and European classical music. Names of artists which I'm sure you've heard: Louis Armstrong, Charlie Parker, Stan Getz, which is one of my favorites, Miles Davis, John Coltrane. And then influences of jazz on orchestral, or what some people would call classical style music, European orchestral classical style music. And we've talked about those. People like Stravinsky, Leonard Bernstein, which this happens to be the 100th year of Leonard Bernstein's birth, is being celebrated all over the world this year. He composed music for West Side Story, among other great pieces of American orchestral music that he composed. Gershwin, Ravel, Aaron Copland, all of these artists, also composers, also included jazz elements in their compositions. Our discussion assignment for this week focuses on jazz also. So you're going to choose a style of jazz. You're going to choose the one style you enjoy the most and explain why in musical terms. Post a video that represents the style of jazz, which you are instructed to do here, and describe it through musical elements. Remember, go back to week 1, go back to that material if you need to, and describe the style you choose, and tell us why you like that style through the musical elements. And then you're going to choose a different style than the one you selected from 2 of your peers, and make sure you respond to at least 2 peers, and talk about why the styles are different. So say you choose Chicago jazz. You're going to tell us all about Chicago jazz. You're going to post a representative video. You're going to discuss it through musical elements, and then you're going to find 2 other peers. Maybe one peer talks about West Coast jazz in their post, and another peer talks about New Orleans jazz. So you're going to respond to those 2 peers and talk about how your style is different from theirs. Okay, one more thing. This is very important. I want to spend a couple of minutes on this. This is your final project submission. This is your culminating milestone assignment for this course. Let's go straight to the rubric and look at it. What you're basically going to do here is you're going to take your 3 milestone assignments and combine them into one paper. Now, how long will this paper be? There's some other things you can read here. Here's a prompt to get you started. Here's some more information. All of you have been working on writing this paper for the past several weeks. We've done 3 milestone assignments, all related to a piece you chose from this list. Here's some more information on the paper. Here's all the elements that will be used to grade this paper. Don't be overwhelmed by this. What you're doing is you're combining the 3 milestone assignments that you've already submitted into one paper. This paper needs to be at least 5 pages long, and this is described in this rubric. And all of the other elements of the finished paper will also apply here, using your 12-point font, your 1-inch margins, your references in APA style. Here is your guidelines for submission. 12-point font times New Roman or other, 1-inch margins, discipline appropriate citations. I've been posting links every week about how to cite papers in APA format. The final paper should include 5 to 8 pages, not including cover page and resources. Please stick to this guideline. I've noticed several people have submitted papers for the other milestone assignments that weren't quite 2 pages long, and those papers are graded accordingly. This final project needs to be at least 5 pages long. That does not count the cover page and resources. If you're going to put your name, the title of the course, and all of those things on a page, make a cover page. Don't put it on the first page of your paper. Just make a cover page. There's no need to include an abstract, because we're not asking for that here. And then the body of your paper should be at least 5 pages long. And then your resources page is separate from the body of the paper. Your resources should appear on their own page. And then here's the rubric, scoring rubric, that includes all of the elements for this paper. So once again, this looks overwhelming, but what you're really doing here is taking the 3 milestone assignments you've already completed, and you're combining those into one paper that will be at least 5 pages long. And that's it for the week 7 overview. If you have any questions for me at all about this assignment, please make sure you call, text, if you would rather text, email. You can post on our discussion board. There's several ways you can ask me questions. I'm always here to help, and you can contact me with any questions you have at all, and I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you.